Yeah, there's definitely grip on the new portions. It's not, you feel it, but it's not like huge like grip strip like you would have it like Pocono or resin, but you feel it. But yeah, it didn't. More than anything, it's just smooth in those areas. So you kind of go from like a little bit of content to nice and smooth. But yeah, you don't notice it too much.
And you got hit for track limits in the race last year, I want to say, right?
Yeah.
And so, how are you going to avoid it this year?
Yeah, good question. Just just work on, put the work in the simulator and pre-race, just to visually work on all the references you need to try to put yourself in the best spot you can be, because it's a big balance. You don't want to give up too much because there's a lot of speed in the S's. And if you take more, there's more speed, but you obviously don't want the penalty, right? So it's a fine line.
Yeah, and do you kind of know where that line is, and are you good with them enforcing it?
I just put the curbs back in. I don't know why we don't have the curbs in everywhere. There's no reason not to have the curbs. It's not Indy where you have a launch pad. The radius of every corner where you'd put the curbs would be radius. They're not blunt ends that you're going to hit. And there's plenty of runoff. If somebody did push you wide, you could just take the runoff and not square up the curb and launch it, right? So rather than having NASCAR police it, just let the racetrack police it, and that'll help us all not have to drive through the dirt every lap.
The restart zone was pushed back this year. Do you think that's going to limit all the chaos we saw from last year's race?
It's definitely going to help. You're going to spread out the field for sure, coming to the green and into turn one, and that'll help some of that 5 or 6 wide from 10 rows back. The first 4 or 5 rows they'll still have added a bit, but I think it'll spread it out like we saw at Indy. So I think it's a good decision.
What did you feel out on track today? Was it any different from last year? Obviously, we have the more simple diffuser on the car this time around as well. One thing we heard from Phoenix was that some drivers were a little bit more comfortable getting the car yawed out.
Yeah.
Does that translate here at all?
I didn't think I felt any more of the yaw sensitivity on the road course, because road course you're kind of hanging out both directions anyways. So I'm not sure on the aero package. The speed is obviously up with the new asphalt in areas, so lap time wise and just pace wise it's up a little bit, especially into the brake zone into 12 and then through the carousel there, 17 and 18 with that pavement there, you can carry a little bit more speed. So but I didn't feel a whole lot different in the car other than just a bit quicker.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.